What's up, you guys, and welcome back to another video. I'm your girl Sasha Green, and I just want to talk to you guys about spiritual mindedness versus carnal mindedness. You guys want to be spiritual mindedness. God has been getting onto my heart about this because sometimes I have immoral thoughts or sexually immoral thoughts, lustfulness, and so I fasted. And I fasted for about 3 days. And when I fasted, God had removed some of those thoughts from me where I was having lustful thoughts. I've been having lustful thoughts in my mind since I was 12 years old. I'm 36 now. So it's been years of just battling sexual thoughts and sexual immorality. And so it's going to take time for me to overcome that type of thinking, but I write it down to get it off of me. That way I can put my enemy, I can take them from the supernatural and put them in the natural. That way I have something to fight against with God's word, if I write it down. And um, I got that concept from Latoya Okia, but it's just, we need to read the Bible. We need to pray more so that we can be spiritual minded. Um, but I did notice that after I had fasted doing the Esther fast for 3 days, I ain't gonna say that I kept the fast the whole 3 days where I just only drank water. There had been times where I did get tempted and I had something to eat, a little noodles here or whatever else, and or a sandwich or whatever it was. I don't remember exactly what I ate, but I do remember I didn't keep the fast. But at least I attempted to fast and I tried, and that was my second time attempting to do the Esther fast. Both times I failed, but at least I attempted, and I feel like God is getting ready to bless me with a car. Back in November, well, I want to say it was back in October, somebody drove into our Audi and it ruined our car. And then we started to have issues with the car after that, and it broke down on us on Martin Luther King. And then somebody stole the car after it broke down on us, and so we're having to start over with getting the car. And I've been taking the bus every day to go to work, and I feel like really soon God is getting ready to bless us with another car. And this is not the first time that we've had something happen to our car, and it's just very not normal. I feel like it's Satan, because I was using that car to share these messages with you guys. That was going to be my setup place to share the messages with you guys for YouTube. And it was like shortly after, when I started to record the videos, that's when that incident happened. And I had several other cars before that I was always having problems with. One car, I just kept having a flat tire. I don't know if somebody was sticking glass under the tire, and it kept getting I kept having issues with that. Another time, car broke down on the side of the road on my way to go pick up my kids, and just having little issues like that. Then another time, one of my cars got stolen from me, and then this recently, the car got stolen from me, and then my Chevy HR had got repossessed, and just little issues with cars. And I had like 3 cars from Mega Motors, and I know that's not a very good company, so I'll never do business with them again. But it's just a matter of not having these issues. I feel like because I'm the chosen one, I'm having these unnormal issues with car. And so before I get into my car, I want to pray, and I'm praying about what car I'm going to get. It's probably going to be an SUV or a Jeep. And I've been praying about it and thinking about it and praying about it and thinking about it. But before I get into my car, every single time I'm going to try to pray and pray that, I would have traveling mercies, and that nobody would bump into me on the road, that I wouldn't run out of gas, because that's happened to me, or that I wouldn't have flat tires, or that somebody would steal the car or bump into it, or that I wouldn't bump into somebody else on the road. And so those are just a few things that I'm praying about whenever I get this next car, because I've literally had about 5 or 6 cars, and I just didn't keep them because of these reasons, where I was having some type of car difficulty or some type of car issue. But I really do feel like, because it's something I prayed about when I was fasting, that God is getting ready to give me a financial blessing, or a material blessing. I won't say financial, because it's obviously not money, but it is a material blessing to have a car. And so I feel like my breakthrough for that is finally coming. And then soon enough, my next breakthrough will be going to CFNI in January. And then after that, my next breakthrough should be me, buying a home. We want to get some land and put a mobile home and buy it. And so that's something I've been praying about. But I have noticed that since the Esther fast, I've also had fewer lustful thoughts. And that's something that God has been really working with me on, because I prayed about it and prayed about it. And I asked God to please take this thorn away from me, when it comes down to lustful thoughts, because I've had these lustful thoughts, like I said, since I was 12 years old. And it's a really hard thing to break, when you're in your mind and you're having these fantasies, So I try to, like I said, externalize it and write it on paper. When I'm dealing with stuff, we don't always journal about positive things. Sometimes we can journal about the negative things to get it out there and externalize it, to get it out of our inward man. And we're supposed to guard our inward man with spiritual thoughts, and not be carnal minded. And that's just something that I've had to deal with. And I've also had to have to deal with cursing. I'm supposed to be Christian, and I ask God, how can I love you more? And I just feel like if I just improve my speech, sometimes I get mad and upset with my husband or someone else, and I'll cuss. Just like yesterday, the bus driver made me very mad when he was ignoring me. When I got on the bus, I asked him if I was on the right route, and he was like, you must have got off on the wrong bus. And then I was like, well, does this bus go to my destination? And he completely ignored me, walked off the bus and went into the thing. And I was so frustrated, and I went in there and I started yelling. I said, he disregarded my request. I was trying to get somewhere. He wouldn't even respond to me. It was like, lower your tone. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to lower my tone because I'm frustrated. But I try not to have those angry outbursts and things like that. But I'm human, and I get upset just like anybody else. I may be Christian, I may be chosen, but I still get upset just like anybody else. I still have moments where I have outbursts of anger, or I want to cuss somebody out. And that's something that God is dealing with me with, that I know I have to work on. But those are just a few things that God has been dealing with me about. And I was my client. They actually didn't want me to work for my client. They want to give me another client. I guess this lady just didn't approve of me, but I'm working healthcare, and I know this job is temporary, but I really thought I was doing an excellent job, and it's just the lady doesn't like me. And we come across people in places like that where people don't like you. I've had friends on social media, delete me for no reason. Like, I don't even communicate with them that much at all, and then out of nowhere they delete me or unfriend me, and that's totally fine. I never force people to be friends with me or to follow me, but I didn't understand, why these people treat me like that. But it doesn't get to me. I don't let it bother me. I don't let it upset me. It's just social media. You know what I mean? So when people unfriend me, it doesn't really bother me. But I do kind of wonder, like, I didn't even do anything to you. Why did you unfriend me? Why unfollow me? Why be friends with me in the first place if you thought that I wasn't a good friend to you to begin with? You know what I mean? But that just goes to show they probably wasn't your friend to begin with, and we just got to be more careful how we select our friends. In which case, I know that person wasn't my friend. They were just more of an acquaintance than they were a friend, and it's been a couple of them, but one I really did kind of consider it to be a friend. But we went to church together. She did my lashes before. We hung out a couple times, got something to eat together, grabbed coffee or whatever. And then out of nowhere, just unfriend me, block me, and we're distant, and it's happened many times before. So I don't let it get me upset. I know where I stand as far as that. The Bible does say that friends with the world is enmity with God, and I'm not trying to be friends with the world. And sometimes I feel like maybe my relationship with God is what stops me from having friends. The Bible says if you want to have friends, and you show yourself friendly, and I feel like that's what I've been doing. I've been friendly. It's just that some people either think that I'm too holy or not holy enough, and I'm not here to please people. I'm here to please God, so I'm gonna be myself regardless. And sometimes I wonder, like, am I being too holy, or am I not being holy enough? Is that why these people aren't friends with me? But I really can't let it upset me. I have to keep pushing, keep going, keep thriving, because it's not about them. At the end of the day, it's about my relationship with God. But I guess that's all I wanted to share with you guys today. Until next time, stay blessed and stay beautiful.